That is just wear and tear. 그래서
arrived today, and my housemate stayed just it's meant to get the You're not hitting it, boy. You're gonna hit your feet there, boy.
Whatever shows the hitters.
I nearly touched all my fingers and I moved my fingers.
Jack and Mel. Which one is
There we go. You're not being funny. We do good work, but we don't.
What type of fish is it?
It's very similar to haddock. White meat.
Because they got mobbed. Because everyone got prescription deep when some police